This is the halftime show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
Sure is that time. And if you're lucky enough to be tuned in online on Instagram at Omar Adori, then you can see behind the scenes footage of the team themselves. They won't be shy, don't worry, boys. You can ask them whatever questions you want throughout the show because we are talking to Condado FC, who have been with us throughout the season. Another one, that's right. And that's exactly how I felt this year. That's what I'm talking about. So it was such a good season and we're having fun on Pulse 95 Radio. Thank you very much for tuning in. Boys, welcome to the show. Right, let's tell you who's here first. Some of them have got the headphones on. Some of them have no idea what I've been saying on the sound effects. But I will tell you, we have Zaki, we have Shahata, we have Kimo, we have Angel, we have Majid, and of course we have Adil here in the studio on Pulse 95 Radio. Zaki, I'm going to start with you as one of the seniors of the team, have to say. How was your experience this season and what were your predictions coming in?
Well, thank you for having me on. You didn't need to say one of the seniors. You're giving away my age like that. I have to say, like, coming into the season, coach, and given where we finished last season, it was mostly about what is the best that we can do for us, like survival. We just want to be in the top half of the league. I was not expecting us to sort of win in the way that we did. But
and what kind of challenges did you face coming into a setup like Condado?
Personally, I'm not a footballer by trade. I play basketball.
And boxing.
And boxing.
Yeah.
Just recent. So I was learning football. And 11 aside, and the way that we're playing for Condado is a completely different ball game to the kickabout that you do with the boys. Yeah. So having to learn techniques, strategy, harmony amongst the players, that was all stuff that was new to me in that format. Yeah.
Shahat, I got to ask you, you've had your own journey coming into this season and also the fact that you have to travel back and forth from studies. Yeah. What was your predictions coming into the season and how did you feel it would pan out?
First of all, thank you for having us
Pleasure.
on the show. I think I knew from the first meeting we had for Condado, an introduction for Condado as a family, what was behind the Condado. Felt like from that session, we were about to do something good this season, but I didn't have any prediction that we're gonna finish first and win the league. But I'm glad that it's been rewarding as such. For my challenge for the study, because I've been traveling every month
to the UK.
Yeah. So it's not easy at all because we train on Wednesday and Sunday, and we have game on Monday. Yeah. So I travel on Wednesday. I missed the training and the pre-match session. That is very important. And I land on Monday morning, which is just like
the game
3 hours
day
before the game.
Yeah.
So it's just like a lot of preparation mentally. Football is my passion.
Yeah.
So, and I had like all of my friends here. They were great in supporting.
Excellent.
And the coach as well.
Not bad.
Yeah. Side talks and. He's been supportive in all way. Yeah. Despite I'm not there in the training or if I need something on the sides. Kimo as well, he was always encouraging me. So yeah.
Excellent. I like that. Plenty to pick on that one. Majid, I'm gonna jump to you now. Majid, you had your own challenge last season coming back from an injury. Firstly, tell the listeners what the injury was and how your experience was getting back into the team.
First of all, I want to thank you for having us on here. And second of all, I want to congratulate you on the nominee for Sports Media Personality of the Year.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That's amazing. And then, I joined the team the end of last season and had an unfortunate injury in the first 10 minutes of the first game that I played with you guys. Had the torn ACL. It was unfortunate. Had to get the surgery. Obviously missed the rest of the season. Yeah. But I loved every single, the guys were super nice, the players, the coach. Even though you guys didn't really know me, it was just a couple sessions with you guys. So the support was amazing. I worked off season, came back the next season, trained with you guys and slowly got back into playing time. and I mean, the physio was amazing, and the physio center helped a lot, and then especially the coach and players, man, the support and the support was just absolutely amazing. So I gotta thank every single player and the coaches for all their help and support.
You know, when you're injured like that with such a big injury, it can be quite a lonely place.
I mean, to be honest, that injury I had was just probably one of the hardest things I've had since I can remember, because I've played football since I was very young, and probably the worst injury I've had was probably a twisted ankle. So to sit out for more than a year, not be able to be active with the team was just probably incredibly hard. Just to be sidelined, it was very, very difficult, but again, thankful for all the support from the guys. Luckily, I got to come back this season. Yeah,
and I think speaking on behalf of the guys, I know you guys have been referring to the coach, obviously, but it's also the people around you, and the credit that you never ever gave up hope and always showed the right attitude, which is why everyone was literally spurring you on till you stepped foot on that pitch, and even recently till you represented Condado. Speaking about twisted ankles, Adil, you have come a long way in this Condado team, massive, and you've improved a lot as well. What was your experience like coming into the season? And also, before we take a break, what was your predictions coming into the season?
So first of all, thanks for having us. And it's funny because I think I was just telling you actually that I joined just a little over a year ago, and it was too early for me to even try and play, but I came to the very next game that was going on right after it, and I didn't know what was going on in the league. I don't know what league we're in. I don't know what we were doing. I just wanted to come see how the guys play. And after the game, they won the league title, whatever team that was. I don't even remember who it was. But the team played such a good first half, and then the second half, it was horrible game management, and that was the whole topic for a couple of days moving forward. So coming into the season, I just on a personal standpoint, I just wanted to help wherever I could, whether that was playing or just being a jokester on the field with the guys, because I think I've become the team clown. No, I always thought that we were good enough to win, but would not really depend more on the football, but more on like the like mental challenges, or if we're all willing to suffer together for like specific games, because there were a couple games where I think we surprised ourselves on how bad we performed, and there were also a couple games that we surprised ourselves on how good we performed. So each one gets their own wake-up call in a sense. And at some point, no, I did believe we could win the league, but I'm not going to say that in the beginning of the season I thought, we're definitely going to win the league. I thought we had to see a little bit more. But we grew on the fly, which was something that's not something you can really teach. It's just part of the DNA. So it was overall like a really, really fun season for me, and I believe also for the team here.
Fantastic, right? And that's just the first segment. We'll take a quick break, and once we get back, we're diving straight into Condado FC on Pulse 95.
This is the halftime show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
It's that time, and we're having a good time here on the halftime show. Shout out to everyone who is tuned in, including can I call them the Sandals? Yeah, the Sandal family, Gramps and Mom and Yusuf as well. Shout out to everyone who is locked in on Pulse 95 radio in the heart of Sharjah. Thank you very much. And I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic show. What? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, guys. Thank you for connecting. Now, Kimo, let's jump into you first, okay? And let's talk about your season. What kind of challenges did you have coming into this season?
First of all, thank you for inviting us to this great show. And thanks for the club management and everyone and the family for having such a great season this year. First of all, the challenges was so many challenges for us and for you as a coach. Having such a great players in this year makes you work harder, makes you want to be number one always. For me as a striker, when we have like Mahmoud Shahada, when we have like Yusuf, when we have such a great players like Khairi, everyone, even Isa, who was in the midfield and became a striker, makes you want to do more and more always and work harder in the training. So this is one of the challenges.
Training can be quite competitive, huh?
Yeah.
I remember you looking at me in training and saying, "Coach, come on, that's a foul, man." No, that's great. And when you have players like that, it helps you strive to become better. And one of those players actually that has been described as Al-Farg is sitting right next to you now, Mr. Angel. Mr. Angel, how you doing?
Good. Thank you, Coach. Thank you for having us here today.
Pleasure.
It's an honor.
Pleasure. You've been pretty much complimented by most of our squad, right? And even sometimes in team talks when you haven't featured, your name still gets mentioned in team talks because of the appreciation shown towards you. How has this season been for you in terms of your development?
Well, it started out when it started out, it was really a challenge. Honestly, I think I had the biggest challenge out of everyone here.
Right.
Because I was never actually a footballer.
Right.
I actually used to play like football for fun.
Yeah.
But going into the big leagues with a team, with training, with all the challenges that you have to face, I thought to myself, to be able to compete with these guys, I need to always give my 100%, 200%.
Yeah.
And really never stop. And the biggest challenge facing that is basically I had to stay motivated and keep going, never stop, keep working hard, because if I slack, then obviously someone else is gonna outshine me, and that is not my objective.
Right.
So I always strive to stay at the top. So that was actually my biggest challenge, is stay motivated, stay at that level the whole season.
Yeah.
And thankfully, due to the compliments I've gotten, I've seen a lot of progress.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of myself, and I want to stay at this level, and I want to keep going. And I want to always see Condado at the top level.
Yeah. You got some comments coming in here, Angel. It seems like you got a few people that definitely are fans.
Yeah.
There's a certain Mo Hajjar who's saying you're the most improved, which I'm sure a lot of people will agree with.
Yeah.
There's Your Beauty saying go Angel. There is another person saying bravo Condado. And also that's good you never stopped. There's a lot of people throwing comments your way. How has football helped with your personal life in terms of lifestyle?
Well, it's truly improved my lifestyle in terms of staying fit and healthy.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Yeah.
And that also reflects on how motivated you are in your personal life as well, and how good you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
Because that really boosts your confidence. Well, even if you're working, even if you're doing any other activity.
Yeah.
And that also gets you out of the bad habits, like gaming, eating unhealthy food, junk food, and whatever. So I think that's mainly how it's improved my personal life, and it's also taught me discipline a lot.
That's why a certain Adil calls you Al-Farg.
Yes.
And speaking about Al-Farg, Adil, you've had quite an eventful last couple of months as well.
Oh yeah, I had a child, and
Well, she had the child.
well, my wife had a child. I was there to help.
Absolutely. Talk to me about that experience and how you managed to balance that out with your commitment, which was fantastic to Condado, but also as a husband as well.
Well, to me, like, number one responsibility is always going to be being a husband to my wife, and now being a father as well. So actually, before she gave birth, obviously she knew about practice and she supports it, and it was only like an hour and a half for 3 days a week, you know what I mean? And the rest I'm always there for her and whatever.
Yeah.
But before she gave birth, I told you I'm probably going to miss the month of Ramadan trying to figure out my situation.
Yeah.
And I think she got out of the hospital in 3 days. And I saw the situation at home. And I was like, man, I can't do this for 1 month.
Yeah.
So honestly, the balance, which I was just speaking to my wife about a couple of days ago, because I was trying to get her to go out a little bit, is when, but just from my experience, but when you have a baby, I don't think it's healthy for either parent to just be confined in the responsibility of being a parent, especially if you're a new parent, right? Because your life becomes revolved around this baby, and it is gonna be revolved around this baby, but you still have to find the balance.
Yeah.
So I tried to get back to football as soon as I could, and it was actually a very healthy break until I sprained my ankle.
Yeah.
And then that got killed, and then I got to stay at home too. But no, overall, it's definitely a challenge. It's way bigger a challenge figuring out how to be a dad than it is to play football.
Yeah,
and just honestly.
Of course.
But the football is a great gateway just to separate from the situation that
Absolutely.
you've got. But alhamdulillah, yani my situation is a blessing. I'm not complaining about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Condado has been very, very helpful for me in that aspect, definitely.
Fantastic. We gotta give a special shout out to Wifey as well.
Yeah, Wifey is great.
Yeah,
Wifey's awesome,
yeah, we
man.
gotta give a special
Wifey
shout out to
comes
Wifey. The other
games.
day when she was like, I always come.
Yeah, she does.
I said hello
she was
to
mad
her.
at you.
I said hello to her, but because I saw
My mom.
your mom and your grams, I was distracted by them.
like, nice
and
to
then
meet
I was like, oh, nice to meet you. And then I saw her. I'm like, nice to meet you. She's like, I always come.
Yeah, she does.
I was like, I'm
Yeah, she
sorry.
told me, she
But by
does.
the way, she does. And just for the record, now live on air, shout out to her because she's been fantastic and her support has been excellent to the Condado team. So see, you get a special shout out. All right, we'll take a quick break on this. Once we get back, you get more of the Condado boys on the only place to be at 3, the halftime show on Pulse 95.
This is the halftime show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
That time, we're having a good time here on Pulse 95 Radio. And if you do miss the show, don't worry, you can catch all of our episodes on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud. Or if you prefer a visual and you want to see these handsome guys, check them out on YouTube, Pulse 95 Radio. The full episode will be uploaded thanks to Super Mario, who handles all of our videos. And thank you for everyone also who is tuned in from around the world. We have a lot of people who are sending their comments in, and believe me when I tell you, there's some fantastic comments here, especially Musab's. Right, okay. Let's talk role models. Now, we're going to jump at you, Zaki. You on that mic? We're going to jump to you, Zaki. From your experience and obviously the emotional intelligence that you bring to the team, do you believe in role models? And if so, what kind of role models do you look at?
I always find the question about role model very difficult to answer.
Right, okay.
Because it's somebody else's experience and their holistic experience, their growth, but you have your own individual journey.
Yeah.
And challenges and things to overcome. So a role model, maybe for me, it's if we're talking about sports, someone with a certain skill set and ability, and they've so far developed in their game that I want to be at that level. Yeah. But not necessarily follow the same journey.
Correct.
Because mine is.
That's why he's Zach. See how he answered that?
It was good.
Yeah.
Take notes, boys.
Yeah.
No, but that's a good point. So in sports, coming into the sport as a new athlete in a different sport, is there anyone you look up to in that regard?
In football?
Yeah.
Or
in football.
In football.
Yeah.
See.
Or in sports in general. I have a feeling you're going to point at a basketball player, and I have a feeling I know which one.
You do.
Go on.
It's Kobe Bryant.
There you go. He made the ad. So happy.
Yeah. Kobe Bryant is an example of dedication.
Yeah.
Injury and recovery.
Yes.
We've all seen videos of how he recovers even from a broken finger and during a game.
Yes.
So.
Or
so many things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that's fantastic. Shahad, I'm gonna throw that mic at you next. With the amount of experience you've had, obviously in sports, and you've been involved in many teams, is having a role model in the team healthy, or is it something that, like what Zaki said, sometimes can distort your vision of what you want to do and be creative, because you're a creative player?
It's a very difficult question.
Yeah,
but for the
thank
sake
you.
of
I
the
try.
team, sometimes we lose our heads during the games.
Yeah.
So it will be important to have a role model or a captain that can be a leader. Everyone trusts. He has the charisma. For example, we have Isa, and he's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
As long as you look at yourself, that you compete with yourself, you don't compete like you are not your journey is your journey.
Yes.
And you try to improve every single day.
Yes.
Be better version of yourself. That's all matter. If everyone kept their insecurities away and they thought of just how they show up and have consistency in what they are doing, that's, I think, could be the best thing, and they could be the best role model of themselves.
Yeah, best version of themselves.
Focusing on being distracted by other people's journey, as Zaki and he well explained it.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, spot on. I like that.
Yeah.
By the way, we have to give a special shout out to Masoud, who is just tuned in saying, Assalamu alaikum, brothers, all the way from India. Masoud, the boys here, the Condado boys, let me just give you a quick tour of them here. All the boys here are sending you full regards, Masoud, and thank you very much for your support throughout the season. It has been fantastic. And the fact the boys know you by name now, everyone here was asking about you when they came in, it means a lot to them. So fantastic work. Majid, I'm going to throw this one at you. Regarding what the season has taught us about us as people and as athletes, what stands out for you?
Well, man, this season has had some crazy ups and downs. This season has had some crazy ups and downs. We've had probably more players injured at one time than more on the pitch. So it's been great. I mean, we just never gave up, and obviously we won the league. It shows just the strength of the guys, and some of the guys had to be gone for work-related or injury-related or family-related. So it's taught us just to stay together and not to give up. So
I like that. Masoud is throwing a question here. He's thrown a couple of questions here. So let's ask Adil first. Adil, do you have any role models?
Like in the team or like in?
No, in general.
I'm a Kobe guy.
You're a Kobe guy.
Yeah.
What is it about Kobe that stands out for you personally?
Everything. Honestly, he embodies.
God, look at that smile.
Determination. He
doesn't talk about me like that.
I don't talk about anyone like that. I was talking about my mom and my mother like this, man. I love Kobe. But I wanted to just touch on Shahata with a question.
Yeah,
Shahata.
please do.
With regards to role models on the team, I don't think there's anyone that, like, everybody looks up to. Like, we're
Correct.
all men, you know. But
Correct.
I think if you focus on each person, you will definitely learn a thing or two, and that's just how I am naturally. Like, I'm very interpersonal and get close to everyone on some type of level, yani. And I like to think that I'm cool with everybody on the team. I've shared laughs with everybody, and I've also shared conversations with everybody, and it goes all the way like Angel. We had that personal workout with you.
Oh, yeah.
Angel shocked me to death.
Oh yeah, you guys did not see Adil, boy. I need to show you some pictures.
You don't need to show them anything. They can trust me.
Yeah, they trust you.
Yeah, but
but what was it about that day? So let's just tell the audience and the listeners. That day, Adil joined Angel and myself and the captain, Mo Hajjar, for a workout, at my place. And Adil probably thought that it was going to be a breeze.
No, I didn't think it was going to be a breeze. I just didn't think that they would make me look like I was so out of shape. And this is in the middle of games. You know, like, it was a tough workout. But So Angel, like, first of all, I was telling everybody at the next practice, I'm sure he knows. I was telling everybody, this guy's different, and that's why his nickname is El Farq, the difference, right? But then there's also someone like...
Say again, he was...
And his nickname?
Yeah.
The difference, El Farq.
Okay.
But
I like that.
But then there's also someone like Amro. Amro's a jokester.
Yeah.
But Amro loves the game just as much as anyone next to him. You know, Amro's playing all the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. I thought Amro was just one of those naturally talented guys until I talked to him and I realized that he kind of has the same setup as Aisa's friends on the back end do with these teams that play in tournaments. I don't know what. So Aisa is also another person. Aisa, what I love about Aisa is Aisa makes a lot of mistakes on the pitch, and I'm the first one to tell him. He makes a lot of mistakes. But one thing I always respected about Aisa is able to play all these games and all these minutes and all these injuries and all these type of situations because he puts the work on the back end. He's in the gym all the time. He's making himself stronger. I don't know why. On that level, I've always had full on respect for Aisa.
Nice.
Because you guys haven't seen the bruises this guy has. He has bruises everywhere.
Yeah.
But he works to be able to take them.
Yes.
So these are just examples of how you can look at a person in the team, not necessarily as a role model, but say, I can improve on this part of my game or this part of my life. You know? So the team does have those characters. Yeah. You just need to get to know each person to know where you can improve.
Fantastic. And I think I've learned a lot from you guys individually as well. I think each and every one of you has taught me something new. And as one of my players normally says, what a Adil. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we got questions coming in. By the way, Masoud, I see your question, and I will be asking him that right after the break. Don't go anywhere, folks. And here's a tune, one of my favorites. Love, Nuan Titi. Enjoy it.
This is the halftime show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
Oh, it's that time. And yes, I agree with you. This should be a weekly thing. Yep, we are enjoying having the boys here from Condado on the show. Masoud is saying, Masoud, I'm going to get to your question now. I think you should all have podcasts. You guys are fantastic. It's great. But he's asking a question to you guys. Let me just get through these questions now. Hold on. Right. He's asking a question. What one advice would you always give yourself, and how do you reset when you feel like that? So we're gonna throw that question to Majid first. How do you reset?
Well, when it comes to just life, I reset with playing football. Honestly, it just takes my mind off all the troubles and everything else going on at the moment. So you just focus on football, and then that's how I reset. But when it comes to resetting the body, the gym, I love the gym, the stretching, all that extra stuff you do, and of course what you put in your body, how you feel your body. So.
Yeah, fantastic. Zaki, you're a man of reset. You reset by day, reset by nature. You're the guy I think I've learned a few things from as well. How'd you reset, bro?
See, I read this fantastic book called Reset.
Yeah, some of these guys still haven't read it, so including Adil. So, how do you reset?
I try to follow the steps that were like covered in the book as much as possible.
Yeah.
But in brief, I replenish, relax, get like a massage, which I think should be like a regular thing that you do once a week minimum. Yeah. Given the sport that we play. Mental health is important, so maybe meditation, time, seclusion, silent meditation, like reflection is always important.
Fantastic.
And lots of sleep.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. You kind of nailed it on the head there, man. They can't answer the question now. You've ticked every box. Kimo, you're someone who's played a lot of football. You've been in many teams. How do you adjust to every team differently? It's a good question. Yeah, decent host.
No, actually, the people who's around me, they give me a big help with this one. So, for example, once I joined Condado, I found a warm welcome from the captains, from the players. They were like trying to help me a lot. What to do, advise me, and I have to listen in the beginning, or every time I have to listen to them so I can communicate well. I can, if I have some advices also, I have to say, and I have to listen to them also. Yeah. So I think the communication is the most important thing between me and my teammates to do well.
And how do you remain calm when it comes to taking penalties?
Okay, so it's a big story actually behind this. But when I had the penalty, I used to tell me one thing. He told me, "Don't do it, please." He knows.
I think he wasn't the only one who said that about you. Yeah, me and Adil said the same thing.
All the team knows that I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
And I actually heard to Isa, and I said, "It's okay, khalas, I will not do it, and I'll go do it normally." But then, like, their guys, the other team was started to talk a lot. And
were they saying something to you?
Yeah.
Okay. We can't repeat that on radio, but.
So in that time, when they said this, so I took the decision to do it. So I'm gonna do it, guys, and I'm gonna show you.
Yeah. We might even get posted up on our Instagram later, just for you guys to see. But listen, guys, before we wrap up, because the prayer is about to start now, I have to say thank you very much. There's a full-time whistle. And it's been fantastic. Full time on the halftime show. Really appreciate you guys coming down and telling us your story. I think you guys and the whole squad have been an absolute pleasure to coach this year. And I am so grateful that I have men like yourselves who are representing not just as a football team, but also as people. You've had some big challenges. You guys have been fantastic. So thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us here.
If you liked this episode of The Halftime Show, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.